Hello everyone and welcome back to Tommy's Celtic Talk, where the Champions League, the new format, it has came into effect, and the draw was just done literally a few seconds ago, and the teams are out. We have Leipzig at home, Dortmund away, Club Bruges at home, Atalanta away, Young Boys home, Dynamo Zagreb away, Bratislava at home. Actually, the Dynamo Zagreb one, that's at home for us as well. My bad. And Aston Villa away from home. Now, have you ever heard a better Champions League group in Celtic's time? Now, that's like if we were in doubt about the new format, it gives the little guy a chance, doesn't it? That group there, I don't think you could have got much better. I mean, for me, if I would go through the games individually, Leipzig at home, Celtic Park, on our day, we can do it. It's going to be a tough game, we know that, but I think we could do it. Dortmund away, you look at Rangers, how they fucking dealt with them a few years ago. If anything, their team has weakened since then, Dortmund. But I'd say if you can aim for a draw or a loss, won't be the end of the world there. You go on to Club Bruges at home, Celtic Park. That needs to be 3 points as well. You know what I mean? But that's the game I think will be actually favourites going into. You've got Atalanta away, yeah, where I'd say that will be a loss for us, Atalanta. But they have been out of form this season. If you look at their form at the start of the season there in the league, they haven't been the best. So again, you can't roll us out of that one. But again, you wouldn't be putting that as a must-win. Young Boys at home. Again, a team you would be rubbing your hands together at in the Europa League, never mind the Champions League. Gifted. Now, obviously, they're like us. They're like small but attacking style team. They're obviously going to be giving it the heap. But I'd sort of put them sort of Rangers level or even maybe a bit below. I think that's 3 points there. So you go in, Dynamo Zagreb after Young Boys at home. You know what I mean? That's Champions League like third round qualifier team you would get, and at home as well. You know that's a 3 points, definitely 3 points there. Bratislava, you know what I mean? Like I'm probably showing I'm not as cultured, but like I know there's Celtic fans just like me out there that was watching that and saying Bratislava, who the fuck are they? You know what I mean? At a Celtic Park as well. And then you go to the last game, Aston Villa away from home, where it's their first time in the Champions League, isn't it, in a long time? I've seen them Conference League, Europa League. They weren't the best, like, you know what I mean? But again, it will be underdogs going into that game. So hardest games for me: Aston Villa away, Atlanta away, Dortmund away. I'd say there's a high possibility we'll lose all them games. Easiest games has to be Bratislava, Dynamo Zagreb, Young Boys, yeah. And then you have, I'd say Club Bruges should be the hardest game out of them, but I'd say we still have them. So there's potential there for maybe 3, 6, 9, 12. I can't see how we don't get 12 points in that group. You know what I mean? And then the 3 big games, the Villa, Dortmund, Leipzig, Atalanta. You know, odds are in our favour. We got a draw in there somewhere. You know, so you could be chatting about 13, 14 points for us there. And I believe hard to do it with the Champions League this year is add up everybody's points at the end of the group, and then, you know, like the bottom 8 or something, you know, they get knocked out, the rest get thrown in to the next stage. So beyond Christmas, we could still be in the top competition here. Because of an actual doable group. You look at Man City, PSG and all we were getting for years. The groups were basically that pot 3 team. We were always pot 4, and the pot 3 team was they were the fucking beatable ones for us, and it was always like, oh, we'll get third for the Europa League. You weren't even thinking about Champions League. But on other news, Matt O'Reilly's gone since my last video. We all know that he got injured in his first game. But there's development. We've signed in, well, he's in a medical. This centre mid, I'll put him up on the screen here now. I don't know much about him. But I know that he's 11 million and he's 19 years of age, which tells me that he's a high prospect, just like Matt O'Reilly. And they got a 20% sell on, apparently, in the transfer if it goes through. So you could only imagine that has to be the direct replacement for Matt O'Reilly, which shows that Celtic, they mean business, and they're not going to be taking this season lightly, doing their usual sell on a player, you know, and then try and get in somebody $1 million or $2 million. They're trying to do exactly what Brendan Rodgers says, that look, you can buy in a player for $1 million, you might sell him on for 9-10 million if you're lucky. But if you sign in a player for 10 million, you can sell him on for 30 million. And it's the same sort of odds. You know what I mean? It's just having a bit of ambition and growing as a club. So for me, we couldn't have done much better with that Champions League draw. Happy days. And look, we've got a game coming up in the weekend that we can test ourselves against as well. I won't have Matt O'Reilly, but this is the time for Bernardo to step up. Things looking good at Celtic at the moment. Champions League beyond Christmas, I'd say the percentage has went up big time since the group has come out. So, thanks for watching and hail hail.